There's a ton of new aesthetics this 2025, so let's talk about what aesthetics are gonna be trendy this spring. Starting off with probably the biggest one is the nautical aesthetic. In this aesthetic, we see a ton of striped polos. The striped polo has become one of the biggest trend of this 2025, and we are gonna see it a ton for the spring. We are also gonna see a lot of striped shirts, also the boat shoes, boxer shorts, scarves, and a ton of blue. This is a trend that we saw a ton on the runway, and brands like Ralph Lauren, Tommy Hilfiger are gaining a lot of popularity again. The next aesthetic is the preppy style. A lot of people confuse this aesthetic with the nautical aesthetic, but this one is more about pleated skirts, cardigans, a lot of socks and technical jackets like this one, v-neck sweaters, and also stripes. It also merges a little bit with the tennis court aesthetic. It has a lot of similarities and shares a lot of similar pieces of clothing, but I would say the preppy style is more about these pleated skirts, definitely the socks, and fun colorful cardigans. Then we have the fisherman aesthetic. This aesthetic is all about the rain or hunter boots, the windbreakers, technical and worker jackets, the big chunky knits, trench coats both short and long, a lot of earthy tones like green or yellow, and I also like to call this aesthetic the farm girl aesthetic because I feel like it's taking a lot of characteristics for the farmer girl or the country girl, because even though all these elements are from the fisherman aesthetic, they all work perfectly for this farm girl core. Next is the western core or the cowgirl aesthetic. Bella Hadid and Beyonce helped this aesthetic become really trendy, and also the popularity with the mob wife and wanting to have a farm life. For this aesthetic, we see a ton of cowhide, statement belts, denim on denim and dark denim, of course western boots, again these kind of worker jackets and western hats. Some must say that this aesthetic is not really wearable, but I can definitely think that it can be transformed into street style. Boho chic is having a huge comeback, and this spring we are gonna see this aesthetic a ton. Maxi and flowy skirts, the comeback of fringe, fun and bold patterns, the boho and hippie accessories, raffia hats, earthy tones like this green. I feel like this aesthetic is all about having fun, mixing colors and patterns, and enjoying that finally the temperatures are going up. For the longest time, this has probably been one of my favorite aesthetics, and I'm really happy that this year is back on trend.